but is a Christian who sins a sinner. You know, the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17, it says, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creation. All things are past, the new has come. So once the minute that you receive Christ, you know, being a sinner, it's more than doing sins. Being a sinner, it's a nature. Welcome, welcome. We are continuing again. We are talking about things that are so precious, things that are in this book, Born of the Spirit, by myself, Andile Njabulo. And today we are in chapter 12. We are just going to see a few things that are in chapter 12. The topic is a Christian who sins a sinner? Okay, is a Christian who sins a sinner? So many people define a sinner someone who transgresses the law, as someone who does something that is wrong. But is a Christian who sins a sinner? You know, the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17, it says, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creation. All things are past, the new has come. So once the minute that you receive Christ, you know, being a sinner, it's more than doing sins. Being a sinner, it's a nature. You see, a dog, whether a cat makes a sound of a dog or a dog makes a sound of a cat, it doesn't change its nature. What it simply means is just that dog has a disorder. You know, if I see a cow barking, I just know that this cow has a disorder. But does it change its nature? No. So our nature before Christ came, when Adam has sinned, our nature was a sinful nature. Whether you had done anything wrong or not, you were a sinner. But when Christ came, our nature changed and we were no longer sinners, but we now had the nature of righteousness. You know, a thief, what makes a thief to be a thief is not the fact that the thief stole yesterday or the thief stole last year. It's the nature. Whether the thief has stolen or not, if the nature is that of a thief, that's a thief, you know. And it's just looking for opportunity to express that nature. If someone is adulterous, it doesn't mean that if they have not committed adultery. That's why Jesus said, just lusting after a woman, you've committed adultery. The nature is the nature that is inside. So when Christ came and died for us, the nature of sin was wiped away and we were imputed with righteousness. Then someone might ask, but Pastor, then why do people continue to sin? Why do people, I know so and so, they are living in sin, you know, they claim to be a Christian, they are committing adultery and all that. You know, my answer to you is this. Those people are not suffering from, they are not sinners, you know, they are righteous people, but their problem is immaturity. You know, a child, when a child is, let's say a child is 2 months old, that child cannot walk, that child cannot talk, that child cannot do a lot of things, cannot even eat on their own. But does it change their nature? No, they remain a child. What just needs to happen is that they grow. As they grow, they begin to do the things of a human. They begin to talk, they begin to walk, they begin to do things of a human. So the problem of people is really immaturity, especially Christians who are living in sin. They are just babes, you know, they are just babes. You know, in 1 Peter 2 verse 2, it says, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word that you may grow thereby. So you just need to eat the word. As you are eating the word, you are transforming inside, you are growing inside. As you are growing inside, you see that the addictions, you know, those addictions, pornography addictions, those drug addictions, they begin to fall away because you are maturing in the spirit. Something that maturing in the spirit is staying for a long time in church. It has nothing to do with church. It has everything to do with how you eat the word, how the word drops into your spirit. So today we are talking about this thing, and you know, the cause of this thing is just because that you are a spirit. Remember that inside you are a spirit. The real you is a spirit, but he is inside the flesh. The flesh did not change when you receive Christ. The mind did not change when you receive Christ. Only the spirit, but the real you is the spirit. That's why we say you are righteous. So now the flesh and the mind need to be renewed. The mind is renewed through the word. You are renewed through, as you eat the word, you are transformed, and your spirit gains dominion. So is a Christian who sins a sinner? No, they are not a sinner. They are just a disorderly person, like a cow that is barking or a cat that is mooing. they are just disorderly. So that is it from today, from this wonderful book. If you have not gotten this book, get this book, Born of the Spirit, by myself, Andile Njawulo Nzobe. God bless you.